500,000 people, starving. That's not hyperbole. That's the grim reality Elizabeth Warren just put in front of the Pentagon. While politicians posture and bureaucrats dodge simple yes or no questions, people in Gaza are dying of hunger. And the most chilling part? The very institutions meant to help are being accused of making things worse.
Very much, Senator. Senator Warren.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So right now we have a fragile ceasefire in Gaza, and we need to make it last. Following the October 7th terrorist attack, Prime Minister Netanyahu initiated a war that has cost nearly 70,000 Palestinians their lives. About a third of them were women and children. We need the ceasefire to put us on a path to peace. Now, one of the tenets of the ceasefire is that all parties must provide, quote, full aid into Gaza, quote, without interference. This is powerfully important. For months, the Israeli government had a near total blockade of food, medicine, and other critical humanitarian supplies, leading to 500,000 Palestinians in Gaza suffering from the first declared famine in the Middle East. Now, Mr. Dahmer, you've been nominated to be the Assistant Secretary of Defense for Strategy, Plans, and Capabilities. If confirmed, you will advise the Secretary on how to align DoD resources to our national security strategy, including enforcing the conditions of this ceasefire. Mr. Dahmer, do you support President Trump's ceasefire, including ensuring full aid goes into Gaza without interference?
Yes, Senator. I absolutely support the president's agenda, including his efforts at peace in Gaza.
Okay. I'm glad to hear you believe that now. In the past, you have tweeted that providing aid to Palestinians makes U.S., quote, support to Israel look performative. But on top of continuing to limit aid, the U.S. government chose to work with Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, an inexperienced organization with no history in food distribution. It was created by management consultants and run by armed contractors. Previous ceasefires saw more than 400 aid distribution sites, but GHF limited distribution instead of 400 to 4. And on GHF's watch, over 1,000 starving Palestinians desperately seeking food near GHF sites were killed amid multiple reports that the IDF has been opening fire on them. Mr. Dahmer, do you think the GHF has a record of success in delivering aid to Palestinians?
Well, Senator, I think President Trump has been clear not only that he's focused on peace, but that he expects both Israel and Hamas to abide by the ceasefire.
Okay, I appreciate that, but I asked a very specific question. Do you think the GHF has a record of success in delivering aid to Palestinians? It's a yes or no question.
Senator, I don't have enough information about the specific organization.
Don't have enough information? Expertise is critical here. And I'm worried DoD's complete indifference to the experience in delivering aid will only cost more Palestinians their lives. Now, on October 21st, U.S. Central Command announced they had opened a civil military coordination center where U.S. military personnel will help facilitate assistance from international counterparts into Gaza. The Netanyahu government promptly selected one of the architects of the GHF to be their representative at this U.S.-led center. Press reporting indicates DoD is considering replicating GHF's model, including limiting aid distribution to a handful of sites. Mr. Dahmer, this is one of the most complex areas to deliver aid. Would DoD be more successful by partnering with experienced aid organizations that have had some real success in delivering that aid?
Senator, thank you for the important question. I would also note that the U.S. Central Command released just a few days ago video of Hamas actually looting an aid truck as it was being
I appreciate that,
delivered.
but that is not the question I asked. I have very limited time here. The chairman is very strict about our time. I'm asking you, this is a complex part of the world to deliver aid in. Would DoD be more successful if they partner with somebody who actually had some success in delivering aid in this region?
Senator, if confirmed, I would commit to always working not only across the department on our security cooperation efforts
Could I just
and
have a
humanitarian
yes or no
aid.
to my question?
Senator, I'm sorry, what is this? What is the question?
The question is, it's a complex area to deliver aid. Would DoD be more successful if it partnered with experienced aid organizations that have had success in delivering aid in this region?
Senator, I would agree that a demonstrated record of success would be a positive indicator of future success.
Well, I appreciate that. 500,000 people are starving in Gaza right now, and we need to do everything we can to help. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I apologize for going over.
Oh, thank you, Senator Warren. Actually, I haven't done very well at being strict on the time today. Let me just ask you this, Mr. Dahmer. Who attacked who on October 7, 2 years ago?
Mr. Chairman, Hamas attacked Israel on October 7th, 2023.
Thank you.
What Senator Warren exposed here isn't just incompetence, it's complicity in human suffering. She's confronting a nominee for the Department of Defense who couldn't answer one of the most basic moral questions imaginable. Should the U.S. partner with organizations that actually know how to deliver food to starving people? Now let's understand why this moment matters. Gaza is facing what experts call the first declared famine in the modern Middle East, with over 500,000 people literally starving, not because food doesn't exist, but because politics has made it inaccessible. Israel's blockade of Gaza, backed by U.S. logistical and military coordination, has created a situation where aid is both weaponized and restricted. And here's where the scandal deepens. The Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, the group the U.S. chose to handle food distribution, has no experience in food aid. None. Instead, it was run by management consultants and armed contractors, people who think spreadsheets and guns can replace humanitarian expertise. Their system reduced aid distribution from 400 sites down to just 4. And during their operation, over 1,000 desperate civilians were killed near food aid locations. Warren's line of questioning exposes the moral and operational failures baked into America's foreign policy machine, a system that's more comfortable with power politics than with saving lives. The nominee's inability to answer simple questions, "Do you think this organization has a record of success?" shows how deeply bureaucratic indifference has replaced accountability. And remember, this isn't just about Gaza. It's about precedent. If humanitarian aid can be politicized here, it can be politicized anywhere. If starvation can be rationalized in the name of strategy, then humanity itself becomes expendable. This is why Warren's questioning hits so hard. It's a reminder that moral clarity has become rare in Washington, and that even now, 500,000 people are paying the price for political cowardice. If you're watching this, don't just scroll past. Stay informed, stay aware, and keep pushing for truth. Subscribe to Left Lens, because understanding power is the first step to holding it accountable.